A new hint points out to the state of play happening this week, Norman Reedus fuels the speculation of Death Stranding 2's title, The Last of Us Part 2 was meant to have a different ending, and Suicide Squad not giving review copies to outlets. All that and more in today's PlayStation news. Let's get to them. There are more rumors on that potential state of play that has been whispered for the past few weeks by insider Jeff Grubb, and it seems it will happen this week, and we may even have the list of games. According to Xbox Era co-host Nick Baker on Twitter, the event will happen roughly this January 31st. I would say February 1st as Sony loves doing these events on Thursdays. Nick's tweet also hints at the list of games we'll get, including Rise of the Ronin, Death Stranding 2 and maybe something related to the Death Stranding movie, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Sonic Generations, which could be a remaster or remake, Silent Hill 2 maybe with a release date, Until Dawn the remaster for PS5 and PC that was rumored last week, a new Metro game from 4A Games, and Judas from Bioshock creator Ken Levine, which was introduced at the Game Awards 2022. This is still a rumor and Nick has gotten some things right in the past, but some wrong as well, so take it with a grain of salt. Do you think we'll have a state of play later this week? What do you think of the potential lineup? Let us know in the comments. Let's stick to Death Stranding rumors, as actor Norman Reedus has added fuel to the speculation about the full title of the game. Just a couple of days after reliable leaker Bill Kun had said the title for the game would be Death Stranding 2 on the Beach, Reedus posted on his Instagram a cutscene of the original game featuring the line referred to Limbo in the game's story.
I'll be waiting for you on the beach.
It's also likely he could be promoting the launch of the first game on Mac and iOS this week, but with the rumors going around, he could also be teasing both. Kojima has also teased the title on the beach while he posted about the 1959 movie of the same name, which explored themes of nuclear apocalypse. What do you think of the game's full title if the rumors turn out to be true? Voice your opinion in the comments. Next, Naughty Dog has revealed that The Last of Us Part 2 was originally meant to have a different ending. Full spoilers ahead if you haven't played Part 2, skip into the next section with the chapters in the description for more news. According to the game's commentary in the remastered version of the game, Ellie was meant to achieve her goal of killing Abby, seeking revenge for Joel's death. However, the developers said that this ending would have made the game significantly different, and noted that Ellie would have lost much of her humanity if the original ending had been kept. So in the end they decided to go with the original ending, where Ellie realizes the cycle of vengeance needs to be broken and lets Abby go. It's a revelation that has players just as split as when the game came out. Do you prefer the original ending or the planned one? Share your thoughts in the comments, but try leaving it spoiler free. Now let's talk about a game coming out this week in Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, as the skepticism of the game continues and Warner Bros. Is not helping. According to several outlets, they will only start playing the game 2 days before its early access launch on January 30, as the publisher has chosen not to provide review codes in advance. IGN, for example, will not receive a copy at all, and they will be buying their own as the game launches to provide complete coverage. WB Games is not the first publisher to do this, and the game's online nature makes it hard for reviews to provide their impressions on the live environment. However, it's often a very fishy move, as it may mean a publisher is trying to hide negative impressions. IGN was one of the sites that slammed the game during its hands-on preview, but so were a lot of others with only a few positives, so WB will only delay the inevitable if the game is bad. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is set to launch this February 2nd for PS5, Xbox Series and PC. What do you make of reviewers getting codes late? Share your opinion in the comments. Now time for a round of quickfire gaming news. Talking about another WB game, Hogwarts Legacy has achieved impressive sales of 24 million copies according to the publisher. The game has managed to do this just a couple of weeks short of its first anniversary on February 10, and adding 2 million since the last update at the beginning of the year, after it made history by becoming the first non-Call of Duty or Rockstar game to top the US sales charts in the last 15 years. The developer has promised they will be bringing more features and updates to the game this summer, and with the PlayStation exclusivity coming to an end, Everyone will have access to the quest Mind Your Own Business. Tekken series director Katsuhiro Harada has addressed a recent campaign for the inclusion of Tifa Lockhart from Final Fantasy VII in Tekken 8. We all know she's attractive and I understand that, but as yet we have not decided anything about guest characters. Tekken 8 already launched with a 32 character roster, and the developer has plans for adding Eddie Gordo but has not detailed any of the DLC characters or guest appearances. However, a previous leak indicates we could be seeing Roger the Kangaroo, Xiao Meng, and Armor King. Bloodborne Kart, an April Fool's joke turned real, is not going to make its January 31st launch for PC after Sony, who owns the Bloodborne IP, reached out to the indie team behind the game. Long story short, we need to scrub the branding off of what was previously known as Bloodborne Kart. We will do this, but that requires a short delay. They have not set an alternate release date, but the project announced in early 2022 by developer Lilith Walther promises 12 racers, 16 maps, a single player campaign with boss battles, local split-screen multiplayer, and a versus battle mode. Project 007, in development by IO Interactive and with a possible 2025 release window, may feature a hybrid perspective which may be controversial. The source of this is a job listing for a senior level designer looking for someone with experience in creating levels for combat scenarios for third-person or first-person action-adventure game. Fans on Reddit speculate the game could have a hybrid approach like the Indiana Jones game from Bethesda, or that it could be related to how Hitman games could be played in third-person but first-person when using VR. Perhaps they are indeed looking into first-person given previous 007 games have been like that, or maybe they're reading too much into it and it doesn't mean much. There's more on the Microsoft Activision merger, as US Senator Elizabeth Warren has called on the FTC to unwind the acquisition following the mass layoffs that happened last week. Senator Warren criticized the move on Twitter, emphasizing her earlier warnings about the potential negative impact on workers resulting from the merger. Warren, alongside 3 US senators, expressed concerns that the deal could undermine workers' rights shortly after it was announced in 2022. The FTC is continuing its investigation on the merger, but the chances for them to block the deal now that it has been completed are very slim. Speaking of Activision, a 2-minute gameplay clip from Neversoft's cancelled Call of Duty project known as Future Warfare or NX1 has surfaced online. You can check it via the links in the description. The footage reveals an early build from 2011, featuring a lunar mission suggesting a mix of futuristic and boots-on-the-ground combat, with remastered maps from the classic Call of Duty games. Neversoft was known for Tony Hawk's Pro Skater and Guitar Hero, and was working on their own Call of Duty before being folded into Infinity Ward. The project would have replaced Call of Duty Ghosts, which was released in 2013, but some aspects made it into 2016's Infinite Warfare. Ubisoft has announced an open beta for their upcoming Pirates theme Skull and Bones ahead of its release next month. The open beta will take place from February 8 to 11 on PS5, Xbox Series and PC, with players being able to explore various locations and engage with different factions, participating in main campaign contracts to build reputation and learn more about the game world. The beta supports cross-progression and crossplay, with progression carrying over to the full game when it launches on February 16. Additionally, Ubisoft unveiled a trailer outlining the first-year roadmap for Skull and Bones, featuring battles with legendary pirates, endgame content, world events, and other ways to grow your empire. And on more Ubisoft news, Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time Remake may be reintroduced soon, as the game's trophy list has appeared on PSN profiles, sparking speculation about potential news. It was originally set for a January 2021 release, but was later delayed several times before being moved from Ubisoft Pune and Mumbai to Montreal. Ubisoft recently launched a well-received Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, so maybe they have big things for the franchise this year. And those are the PlayStation stories for today. Come back on Wednesday for a new video, but remember to share your thoughts on any of these news in the comments below, like or dislike to let me know your feedback, check out other videos you may enjoy while you're here, such as the sad state of the game industry, and consider subscribing for more on PlayStation. Thank you so much for watching, my name is Joseph, this is Hype for Games, and let's get hyped!